All right, welcome back to Migmatis Golf, everybody. Today we have another poor man's training aid video. This training aid is quite possibly the most over-engineered piece of equipment in the history of training aids. When I first saw the infomercial for this, I was blown away by, one, how complicated you could make something or over-engineer it, and two, how expensive this device is for what it does. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about the David Leadbetter STRAIGHT AWAY. Picture of it here. It's a device that you clip on the shaft, and the purpose is to give you the perfect takeaway for the first 2 or 3 feet of your swing. And they claim that if you get that part of the swing right, then everything else just magically falls into place. Yeah, right. Having said that, the actual idea behind the training aid is fantastic. You cannot deny that a lot of amateurs struggle with the takeaway. They struggle with the first 2 or 3 feet of taking the club away, and that does get them into loads of problems or swing flaws. That doesn't mean this is going to cure everything, but let's go back to the fact that it's engineered. We're going to make one, and we're going to make one that looks like this. And I can honestly say, of all the videos I've done like this has the largest gap between what it costs to make, for me, my knockoff, and the real device. This thing is arguably under $3 or $4 to make, and it does exactly the same thing. Let's find out how to make it next. Okay, here it is. Here it is in detail. I'm going to follow up on exactly how to build it and the measurements and all that, but it is basically made out of cardboard. It's exactly the same thing made out of cardboard, and it achieves exactly the same thing just for a few dollars. Right, keep watching, let's build it. All right, pay attention, you ding-dongs. We're going to be making something that looks a bit like that. This was my prototype, works a treat, but how are we going to achieve that? So, I'm going to try and do this in imperial and metric, so everybody out there doesn't get confused. So, what do we got here? This here is, can't say the name, but there you go. It's cereal packet, perfect type of cardboard for this. Lightweight, bends easy, and it's nice and flat. So if you look at the shape that I've drawn out here, this is what you're going to want to draw on your cereal packet. So the basics here is a triangle, right angle triangle with 2 sides the same length, 2.75 inches or roughly 7 centimeters. Okay, so you draw that triangle. Then off the side of the triangle, you're going to draw these 3 rectangles that are all 1/2 inch, roughly 12 millimeters. The short side 1/2 inch, 12 millimeters. Long side, obviously, same length, 2.75 inches as the side of the triangle. So 3 of these to one side over here. And then off the long side of the triangle, you're going to draw 2 of these boxes, same thing, 1/2 inch or 12 millimeters for the short length, and length, obviously the same size as the long side of the triangle. So that's the basic shape you're going to cut out. This dotted line here, that's just a reference line. It's 1/2 inch away from the long side of the triangle as well. That's just a reference line to be able to line up one of the edges once we do the tape up. But basically, You're going to draw this out, and we're going to cut round the perimeter of this total shape. And with the scissor, we're going to score. I'm going to show you the lines now. And in fact, I'm going to draw a little circle over the lines that you need to score along, because we're going to bend along those lines. So this line, we're going to score along those two because we're going to bend along those. This line, and this line. So all of those lines, we're going to use a ruler and a knife or the edge of the scissors, and we're just going to score lightly along it like that, just so that we can bend it easily. So let me cut this out, do the score lines, and then we'll get back to showing you how to fold it up. So I might speed this bit up for you. Okay, so there it is. There's the basic shape. Starting with this part here, we want to fold this over like that. Then this next one the other way, and that last one the same way, so that we form a triangle like that. So I'm just going to mark now what's the top side. So this is going to be the top side. This is the side you can see when the device is attached to the golf club. So as you can see, this first line here, bend up towards the top side, the next two lines away and away from the top side, so that we achieve this look here. And I'm going to tape this edge here to the back side of the cardboard. So a bit of tape goes on there. I'm going to form my triangle, form my perfect triangle, or as perfect as I can get it, and we'll reinforce that a bit later, but there we go. So the next bit we need to do is we need to fold this bit up towards you and the next one up towards you. Now you're going to notice that here at the edge here, if I want this to kind of fold on itself, I have to cut away a bit of this cardboard. So let me get you in the frame here. So as you see, if I want to be able to fold this over, this edge here gets in the way. So if we draw a little line up there, that's at a 45 basically, and I will just cut that away, now allowing me to fold that over like that. Let's cut a bit more of it away, just so it's not in the way. So there we go. So I'm now going to fold those over like that and tape those together so that it forms, you can see, a triangle as well. So let's tape that up. You can see that dotted line that I drew there, that's so I can line this edge up with. So line that edge up with it, and I'll explain the angles in a minute. And all this can, you know, just be roughly done. Okay, so then you can see I've got another triangle formed there. And if you think this bit up the top here looks a bit funky, you can just cut that away just to tidy it up like that. Right, so let's reinforce all of this with some more tape. And there we go. So let's explain quickly what we have. We have this triangle here, this side here. We're going to stick some Velcro to it, and that's going to sit on the side of the shaft. Okay, so the tape up is done. I'll show you what we got. So basically, on the left side of the triangle, these three sides form a triangle like this, so that this face here is going to be the bit that we Velcro to the shaft. And then the two bits to the right side of the triangle, they get folded up and they get taped in place to the top side, so that this face here that I have Sharpied in black sits at 45-degree angle. Let me see if I can get that on camera. Yeah, there we go. So this face here and that face there, I want to be at 45 degrees. And this, the side that I've Sharpied, that's the side they're going to be looking at. That's the important side. That's the side on the real device that has like the colorful arrow that you're trying to line up with the line across your feet. So you can pretty this up. I just quickly Sharpied it in black because I wanted it to stand out. But you could also, you know, stick an arrow on there, do whatever you want to make it more resemble the real thing, and I might actually do that. All right, there you go. I'm feeling quite artistic today, so I had a bit of that cardboard left over, and it's a nice yellow color, so I cut myself out a little arrow, and I've taped it to the top there with a black background. So that's it. That is your poor man's Straight Away. Free. I mean, you could maybe, you know, charge for the tape, and maybe you have to buy a box of cereal, but I'm sure you got some cardboard laying around. But there you go. That's it. So let's add the Velcro. Got some Velcro strips. When I said free before, obviously you're going to have to take into account the price of this. But I think this Velcro here was like $3 for, you know, a couple of these strips of Velcro. So the fuzzy side, I've chosen to do it this way, but you could do it the other way. Fuzzy side of the Velcro, I've cut it to size and I've stuck it to that left side of the device there. Here I've got Kids Club. So the other side, it's going to go on the right hand side of the shaft. Here we go. There's looking down the club. There's the logo on the top of the shaft. That's aligned with the face. I'm going to put this piece on the right side of the shaft. This is for right-handed golfers. Just reverse everything for lefties, obviously. Use your imagination. But that's going to go on the right side, and the device, if I can get this to focus, the device sits like that. It just sticks to the right side of the club. Hey presto, cheapo Straight Away. There you go. And now you can see the device attached to it. Let's try to get this in focus. There we go. So you can see the device now attached to the right side of the shaft. That's what it looks like from on top. If I look straight down the shaft, that's what it looks like. And basically you want the face, leading edge of the club, and the device perpendicular to each other. And you can see I've got a shaft aligned at my feet, so when I'm looking down, this is what I see. And then the perfect takeaway position, I'm doing this one-handed, is my yellow arrow straight over the top of that shaft when my hands get to about my right leg. You don't want this. You don't want this. You want it right there. There you go. All done. Simples. Hope you enjoyed it. All right, there you go. You've built it. You've tried it. It's cured all your swing flaws, right? I doubt it. Anyway, leave some comments. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know how it holds up. Let me know if it actually helps you out. Subscribe to the channel. And don't forget, there's plenty of other training aid, poor man's training aid videos that I've got on my channel. So go check all those out. I'll see you again soon with another one. Bye.